If there was ever a week to watch, this is the one. We're talking about bad breakups and porn star payouts in this Jellicle episode of Dude Soup.
Is that like the last part of Evangelical?
Well,
he's got a thing.
He's smiling.
Yeah,
I don't like
he's
this.
doing stuff.
He's always scheming.
He's scheming. He's planting
think-
seeds.
Do you think that the current generation of old people, like not in your 90s, but like, I guess boomers are kind of
baby
getting up
boomers are
there?
good.
Like, do you think that they're going to be the worst generation of old people? Because I feel like other previous
already
generations
are.
of old people have been touched by death, and so they're like they die and with dignity. They age and die with dignity.
Oh, no.
But boomers want everything.
They're
boomers,
taking everything to the grave.
Boomers
throwing
think,
the match over their
boomers
shoulder.
think that they're going to live forever,
Yeah.
and so as they creep closer to death, they're going to get more and more desperate,
Try to
clawing and
take down as many as they can with them.
screaming, crying and
I
screaming.
like to think that's how I'm gonna go. Like
Clawing.
I'm on my deathbed with my family, and then I hit the detonator.
Perfect. I love it. Well, thank you guys for joining me for this episode of Dude Soup. I'm joined here by Elise Willems.
Hi, thanks for having me today, James.
You're welcome.
that was very
Adam
curt.
Kovic.
What's up, best friend, bro, dude, Haim?
And my best friend, Lauren Santos.
God damn it!
I was gonna. Sorry, I still got throat stuff. So
Yeah, that's okay.
excuse me if I phlegm outright into the microphone.
Yeah, we put you on the talking show.
Yeah, but that's why we got these little covers. It soaks it all up.
Yeah, absolutely. We also have a couple sponsors this week. So we want to thank getquip.com/dude right now, and you can get your first refill pack for free. Visit fleur.com/dudesoup to get your first 3 Fleur fragrance samples at 20% off. And head to squarespace.com/dudesoup to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Thank you to those 3 sponsors. We're going to hear more from them later on in the
Fleur
show.
should be calling them flagrances. You can use that in your
I'll let
ad
'em
read
know.
if you like.
I'll let them know. I'm probably
Thank
not going to use
you.
it in the read, but I'll let
Okay,
them know.
all right.
Something in my cup.
Yeah, there is something in your cup. Elise, you better get out of here.
What an interesting conversation topic. Let's talk about that instead.
Is this Michael Jones? You got something on your cup?
What?
Things they talk about it, nothing.
Oh, off topic. Got it.
I talked about socks indoors with them once for
think-
45 minutes.
You think we plan any of this? Come on.
More beer.
This week we're setting the table on
Ryan.
fire.
No, guys, I have some bad news.
Oh,
Some stuff went down over the weekend, and I think you know what I'm talking about.
I think we do.
Miley Cyrus and Liam Hemsworth broke up.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Less than a year together.
After less than a year of now they were together for a little bit longer, but after less than a year of marriage, America's sweethearts, one of them's Australian,
I thought Miley was.
called it
not-
quits.
Never mind.
What?
I thought she was like not in the.
We'll get there.
Okay.
Suspicions were confirmed by Liam on Instagram shortly after Miley was seen making out with Caitlyn Carter in Italy.
Oh well, there you go.
I don't know who Caitlyn Carter is, but I'm sure everyone I just mentioned
Rebound!
is on Bruce's A-list.
She is, she's Brody Jenner's ex.
Who?
That's wait.
I looked
her,
into the story.
her
For
definition
Okay.
of a person is
Whoever
being the ex
he
of someone
is,
else.
I'm sure he's lovely and he's a great
is-
guy.
Yes.
We don't have to feel bad. It sounds like everything's fine. Liam even went so far to say on his Instagram, which is where people get divorces, that he wishes Miley nothing but health and happiness.
Well, that's very curt. That's very civil. I would say.
Yeah.
which is
mature.
what he Instagrammed after pictures of her making out with another woman.
It was my idea.
yeah.
I told her she could do it. It's
I
fine.
introduced them.
Yeah. Unfortunately, not all breakups can be so mature. Which brings us to a much less beautiful story. It's the sad saga of Twitch versus Ninja. And it took a petty turn this weekend.
A petty turn. I like that.
You like that? That's the name of my band in high school, Petty Turn.
Oh yeah.
And quick refresher, just in case you guys aren't aware, if you aren't following it.
Yeah, what's Twitch?
Ninja. Twitch is the biggest streaming platform on the planet.
Not for long.
Unless there's something in China. I always assume there's some. Anytime I say that, I assume there's something bigger in China.
I was like,
what is the China one called?
I was like, it's where cam girls go to hide or flourish. I don't know.
I don't know. And Ninja is the biggest, according to followers, is the biggest streamer on the planet, not counting China.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a panda in China that's just tearing it up.
And recently,
Literally. Very fat.
Ninja left Twitch. Kind of a big news story. He left Twitch to join Mixer, which is Microsoft's streaming platform, which is way smaller.
Yeah.
And wasn't taken seriously at all until literally Ninja joined it.
Yeah.
Have you guys
Surprised.
watched random Mixer streams?
Absolutely
No.
not. Because
Oh my God.
Why would I?
So, just as a brief aside, just because the internet is weird,
Please.
every stream has its own currency, and as you watch, you get like lightning bolts or whatever.
Twitch has bits, right? That's their whole
Yeah,
thing.
but it's not quite the same. So Mixer has a lot more interactive tools. So most streams have a goddamn soundboard of things you can click on to make things fire off inside the
Wait,
stream.
you the streamer
Yeah.
or you the viewer?
You the viewer.
Okay.
Oh.
So there's
But then the streamer sees that, or
yeah, they usually like lean over and acknowledge it because every stream now is just reading off a list of usernames and numbers. But
Right.
yeah, you can make rainbows fire across the screen or have the sirens go off or whatever if you save up 1.5 million streamer bolts or whatever. It's
So are they like
it is next level.
the next level of emoticon?
A little bit, yeah.
Like,
They're trying to promote more like functional interactivity between streamers and
I
audience.
know Streamlabs does that thing like the face mask thing where it's like if you donate a certain amount of money, we'll put a bunny mask on your face, and it's like,
Well, there's, I mean,
the kids love
Periscope.
it.
Is Periscope still a thing? That's done, right?
That's a great
I don't
question.
think so.
Oh well, but remember how you
never
like
know.
if you were watching a Periscope or you were doing a Periscope, it'd just be hearts.
Yeah.
Heart.
Yeah.
It almost meant nothing. I feel like that's the interactivity that people are trying to get to. Just
yeah,
because
I think Facebook
making
still
it
does that,
impossible
right?
for any of the content to be good.
They did that bit in The Boys, which reminded me that Facebook Live is still a thing.
Yeah.
Did you get to that episode yet?
I think I have two left.
A-Train goes and visits a kid in the hospital, and he's like,
Oh yeah.
I wanted translucent. He's like, yeah, but I'm here. And you see all the sad faces going on.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
I just don't understand why in that show, anytime someone wants translucent, everyone wants translucent. They go, he's over there in the corner.
Yeah, just
That's
say
all you
he's-
gotta do.
Just say he's there.
He's
Yeah,
invisible.
The invisible man's always there with you. Anyway.
So that wasn't the problem. It wasn't a problem that Ninja left Twitch. It seemed like it was
Seemed
totally
amicable
cool.
and
It seemed
professional.
fine. Like Twitch was like, "Oh, be happy" or whatever. You probably got a huge payout, and Ninja was like, "I will be happy because I got a huge payout." But all of that crashed and burned, like the Wicker Man at the end of the Wicker Man.
Which one? Bees or no bees?
No bees.
Okay.
Um,
Original. OG.
the OG
Wicker
Wicker Man.
I refuse to acknowledge.
The Wicker Man.
And so basically this past weekend, Twitch used Ninja's channel, which is still a massive thing. I guess it's just like any other website,
Yeah.
right? It's a channel on their page. They use the traffic to, well, one, put a cheeky message. It's like a Mario reference where, oh, your favorite streamer's in another castle. That's fine, whatever. But then they also changed it so that way they had a bunch of other recommended channels on the page, which is something that they don't do. If any of us had a Twitch channel, some of us do, but like if you have a Twitch channel, it's not like it's just gonna have recommended channels. Like you can put in links and stuff that however you want to, but Twitch doesn't just jump into your channel and say, here are also other things, especially if you're big.
It's interesting to learn that. I was under the impression that Ninja put up that your streamer is in another castle. Well, that was Twitch, huh?
Yeah.
They think they're so funny.
yeah.
We
Twitch.
talked about this on IG Daily, but the thing people often forget is that you don't own your Twitch channel. Twitch owns it. Like that's it's this weird sort of devil's deal you make whenever you create a YouTube channel or a Twitch channel or Mixer. Like
They're giving you the farmland. You just got to work it.
basically, yeah. There's this we've gotten so used to these really great tools being free.
Yeah.
That we're like, of course they're free. I deserve this, but it's like, no, this isn't a government handout. This isn't like your God-given right to get water. This is a
Well, some of us, as long as you're not in Michigan.
basically. Oh God, yeah, even that's a problem. I forgot. But back to the real problems. Lawrence.
Sorry, yes.
Yeah.
You don't own your Twitch channel because they make up for it with all the server costs and all that stuff. Is a insane loss that all these companies.
There were more layers to it
go
though,
through.
because
I was
the
gonna
say, it gets
content
worse.
that they were.
You could even interpret that as a cheeky, like, well, it's our website,
We
so
own
we're going to
it,
use
yeah.
this traffic anyway, and we're going to
Or-
try and distribute the traffic.
I know. I don't want to distract from
No,
like the
it's good.
punch here, but one way to look at it positively is that they're using a destination that has a lot of traffic still to promote other streamers that are in their network. So they're doing a solid by the people who are still in their network, which yeah, you can argue that it's somewhat spiteful, but
And I always like to imagine these scenarios as the two parties involved are at the tops of these multi-million-dollar things on the phone with each other, laughing and having a great time while all people on Reddit are spiraling and picking sides, right? But this kind of spun out into a bad thing because the system that they used to recommend the channel was based on concurrence, viewers, and gamers and Twitch viewers being what they are immediately saw how to exploit that. And so they found a Russian porn channel, which I'm surprised that's. I mean, I guess I've never seen. I assume it's there. I've never seen porn on Twitch.
It happens, but it's against the TOS, and
Yeah.
those channels get shut down and banned.
But-
there was a lot of those in the Artifact days.
The Artifact
Yeah.
trolling.
When people were like the joke of like Artifact has nothing, so it's just I saw Infinity War playing. Like,
Yeah.
You can
But
anything.
I
you
watched
want.
Gurren Lagann.
Oh, that's great.
Good stuff.
By nature of that system that they put in place for this widget that they threw down on his site, one of the channels that was recommended was a Russian porno streaming channel,
Yeah.
which looks bad for Ninja. I think it looks way worse for Twitch, personally.
He should not. I know he apologized. He put
Yeah.
up a Twitter video. That's not on him.
No.
He should have to apologize on behalf of Twitch's.
No,
But he was
fuck up.
he moved first to control the narrative, which
Yes.
is really smart.
No,
Yes.
it's genius. It's genius PR.
And any subsequent party that might want to work with him, if they, look at him up and Ninja and porn are associated, he diffused it
Yeah.
immediately, which is good.
yeah.
How many racial slurs have you dropped?
I think he had every
Just one,
right to be a little miffed if, especially if they weren't and they had this big working relationship. He was the highest streamer on their platform. And in parting, they couldn't have told him, hey, we're going to be running promotion for other streamers on your defunct channel. Like, it seemed like it would have been a decent thing to do.
Yes.
And I think there's also a question that's coming up now with a lot of people working in streaming is, okay, you own the channel, but do you own the audience? It's a weird divide that I don't know what the line to cross is.
No one owns the audience, and that's
Twitch. I'm sorry, I would say Ninja. That's his audience, right? That's his audience that they're targeting.
That's on him. Like you don't own an audience. That is technically slavery, but like that's the game. Is you're trying to herd people to your destination, whatever that might be.
Yeah, but to the people that are unaware, they're still going to where they think he was.
Yeah, Twitch TV/Ninja.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that is this is the thing happening with Netflix and Disney. Like people are going to be migrating over to Disney because they're going for the content.
Sure.
Especially people with kids, where they're like, you got rid of all the Disney movies. I'm sorry, Netflix. It's not you. It's me.
DreamWorks isn't enough for me.
Yeah, sorry. As much as we love Shrek in this household and Puss in Boots, we need Lion
Turbo,
King.
the animated series
the
based off
snail?
the snail movie no one saw.
Sure.
Planes?
That's
No, what's
Disney.
the
Planes is Disney.
Oh.
The movies you go for Disney for. Bolt.
Yeah.
Planes.
Both got good reviews.
Shark
I
Tale.
actually liked Bolt. Bolt wasn't half bad. Meet the Robinsons.
Osmosis Jones.
Okay,
Mohana.
good one.
I'm trying to think of anything that's not Pixar.
Wait, Moana?
I mean,
Moana
Zootopia.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Which was on
I think
Netflix.
non-Pixar Disney.
I don't know. I'm just trying to think of obscure, like random.
Princess
Disney
and the
movies.
Frog.
Yeah. Little Mermaid 2 and 3.
What's that
Lion
Egyptian
King
movie?
2 and
I don't
1
know
and a half.
what's the point. What? How
Yeah,
do we
where
get
are we
here?
What is
Oh no,
this?
I'm just saying. The audience is not like gonna sit by when you take something away and then go, "I'll stay. I'll see what you got." They're gonna go where the
What's
content is.
interesting
so-
because
Right.
I've seen two schools of thought from actually different people working within like the streaming universe, and one is that Ninja can leave, and people will still stay on that platform and look for the games that he's playing there.
Sure.
The other is that people will follow him. I'm kind of in the school of people following him. Like if I watched Ninja and then he left, I wouldn't just be like, who else is playing Fortnite on Twitch?
Some of them might.
This worked for the only one-to-one I could really think of is Howard Stern,
Sure, yeah, he
When-
went to SiriusXM.
which was a long time
Yeah.
ago. But what the I don't know if you guys remember this. He announced that for like a month or like multiple months, and he was promoting SiriusXM on the radio, and then the radio stations just took him off and said like, you got to stop doing that, and then they fined him. It was like, you're advertising, you got to stop that. So maybe to avoid something like that with Ninja, they just said, you're gone, you can't control your channel, because they don't want him promoting another brand.
I mean, I would also argue that when you're as large as, say, Ninja or Howard Stern, you can move somewhere new and it can be sustainable, but it's still a fraction of your audience.
Yes.
You're gonna
like
lose
Howard
some
Stern
people.
moved, but it's not like everyone went.
yeah, but that
My mom did, sure.
Yeah.
but I mean,
But,
enough people did to make satellite radio a thing that still exists today.
Well, yeah, I know.
Probably because of him.
Yeah, but that's for serious, right? Like they just needed enough people.
They needed
but
a
I
mascot,
guarantee you,
too.
there were people who probably just turn on the radio every single day when they're going to work, and he was on, and then when he stopped being on, they just stopped listening.
Most people
principle
listen to
agreed
Ryan's.
enough.
Or whatever happened in that spot.
I mean,
you know?
that might be this case for Mixer, where they go, we got enough.
Well, the data's there. Actually, we need to run that on an episode or something like that. Look at his viewership on Twitch and then see what percentage of it migrated over to Mixer. That'd be really fascinating.
I think didn't they say like he's got like 1 million followers
on
already
Mixer
on
already?
Mixer?
Dang.
I forget. I don't
Followers,
know.
yeah. And if you go to this channel at any point, it's just a chat room, even when he's not streaming.
So,
Like people are in there talking.
People
but it's
gone.
still a fraction
Yes.
of what it was.
It was what,
But
0.7% of all of Twitch's
Yeah.
viewership.
And
Yeah,
in terms of hours watched, yeah, Ninja streams were 0.7% of all Twitch's traffic year to date up to the end of July.
it's crazy.
So that's a lot
Yeah,
for
yeah.
one person.
And even if it gets a fraction of that fraction, that's still a huge win for someone trying to compete in the online.
My thing, though,
space.
which is kind of a funny thing, and we've been in the new media world landscape long enough to know that this is a reasonable thing to expect, but that they would use his page as opposed to twitch.tv.
yeah, no, that's
Like, they have a page
they should have had
where
it
they
redirect.
can't, where they do that, right? Like, so
Yeah.
the fact that they were like, oh, we could really benefit from this other thing that isn't our pure base home. I love when companies build these platforms and have way less control over it than the people using their platforms. Like, and this happens a lot. I mean, it happens with YouTube for us, where it's like, oh, they're recommending these videos, and like, this serves no one. You're taking the video that already has 10.5 million views up to 13, so I guess it does serve them. But still, it's like no one's finding new things through the tools you've made in this website.
I have a dummy YouTube account that I just to sort of see what YouTube looks like when it's not my usual viewing habits, and it's all Dude Perfect and music videos.
Yeah, it's the cleanest stuff.
Yeah, it's so safe.
Well, it's safe because what else are you going to show somebody who's coming to your website for the first time?
Yeah.
It makes sense to
I
me.
went to Target. Just a brief aside. I went to Target this weekend, and they like influencer games are a thing now.
Yes.
like
board games?
yeah. And I wouldn't even call them board games. Well, maybe not.
They're like party
AR.
games.
BORED?
Yeah.
First person to ever make that joke.
But
Somebody high
they're
five.
like party games or
Show's
like
called Bored as
shitty
Hell.
things. So what's it? What's his name? The son of
sitting on my
Howie
phone.
Mandel.
Alex Mandel.
He like
Has
has
a son
ga-
of Mandel?
Yeah, he has he's a
that
YouTuber,
movie.
and it's for some reason his game, even though it was something you get in the dentist. But the thing that holds your lips
yeah.
away
Oh,
and
yeah.
shows your teeth, it's like his game in there.
I've seen that at Target.
And then there's also
You have
there's
to like flick things in people's mouths? What?
you
how
have to
is-
try and say things,
Oh.
and people have to guess what they are. But it's literally just like they made a deal with the dental industrial company or whatever,
Yeah,
and
a
then they
warehouse
just
full
threw it
of
in a
mouth
box and then
spacers.
put him on, giving a thumbs up on it.
Okay.
And then there's a Dude Perfect game,
Of course.
and I was like, what could this be? And I looked at it. It's a frisbee.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are there like targets that you set up?
I think it came
comes
with
with a-
some little things
It
in
comes
it.
with a Bible.
Well,
It's a Gideon
but I was
Bible.
just like, this is it was the greatest. It was like, Dude Perfect, the game, and I was like, what? And I looked at it. This is a frisbee.
I mean, that's true.
Yeah.
What
It
else
makes
do you need to go out and do
sense.
tricks? I mean, that's all Dude Perfect is. It's like
Yeah.
I feel like it should have been at least like a bag of like a football.
or like a target that you have to
basketball or
hit from
something.
like 50 feet away or
You know,
something.
different things. But I was just amazed that there was a Dude Perfect.
Yeah.
Not amazed. It makes sense.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
I think the first thing I ever saw was like maybe Toby Turner shirts at Target or something. For all its faults, Target's actually got its finger somewhat on the pulse.
Yeah.
Their buyers are pretty
Yeah.
avant-garde.
Yeah.
I know.
Steph,
what's going
the
on.
Halloween's coming out now, and Stephanie's going to Target like every week to see
I
what they
think
put it out.
there was a ninja shirt. There was definitely a
Yeah.
ninja shirt.
I mean, like the way things typically move, internet versus, real life sort of stuff.
Target's gonna have a DJ skeleton. I'm
they
so
should
sorry. I
just
just
now be getting like an FPS Russia like
You would
poster
think- yeah.
or something like that, or like FaZe Clan, right, guys?
FPS Russia.
Yeah.
It is chair with ropes on it. You tie manager to.
But I think you guys are hitting on something important, which these are brands. So Twitch TV / Ninja, despite it belonging to Twitch, is still Ninja's brand.
Yes.
And yeah, using that, I feel like that's a really fascinating case study to me.
That's the internet handshake you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Where you go, hey, we own this thing, but we cool.
there's
We're
a
not
couple of
gonna
things
do
that
it.
blow my mind about this. One is that they did it and didn't watch it like a hawk. I don't understand why you would be like, yeah, let's throw some recommendations up and be like, it's probably fine. I don't think people are going to do anything wrong with it. No, you're like, we need to watch this 24 hours a day and make sure nothing goes wrong because it's the first time we've ever done
Which
this.
at that point, you just pick.
Yeah.
Or ask Ninja to
Yeah.
pick, or
Do something. They probably would.
Anything.
It's when people are fighting, if you pick up the phone and talk, you'll talk through the issue in 5 minutes. But when you don't pick up that phone, problems happen.
Yeah.
I don't know what went wrong.
The second thing is I don't
Blows
understand
my
why they
mind.
didn't just redirect Twitch TV/Ninja to a recommendation page, so it's not Ninja's name sitting in the address bar with porn right
Yeah.
It
next
still
to it.
seems like they're empowering his brand, right? Like
a
there
little
may
bit.
be people who are like, oh, I know this really good webpage that always recommends good streamers, and
probably
it's
Google
called
index search
Ninja.
rank.
What's Ninja? Oh, he's on Mixer, and then they go. That's a lot of steps, but it still seems like why would you?
It's for the people that what I'm guessing is Twitch looked at their analytics and said his page is still getting a million hits a day.
Yeah, of course. Let me see.
It's wasted. It's getting more hits probably than our front page. So let's
But we've
do something
I
with
saw
it.
someone from Twitch
So yeah,
that spoke out and said, "Oh, this is a feature that we are testing. This because
Yeah, but it's deployed live.
Ninja, in his apology video said, I don't know why they did this for me. I don't see them do this for anyone
'Cause they
else, for
get-
any other
it's got massive
defunct
traffic.
channel. Well, I mean,
Well,
he's,
that's
yeah,
reasonable.
yes,
This
he's
is like,
saying
yeah.
I don't understand why they would do
let's
this
test
with
it
me.
on a dead channel.
if you just Google
and,
Ninja, Ninja's Twitch channel shows up above Mixer still.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
why. I'm
But-
sorry.
so,
I didn't
yeah.
mean
Oh no,
to-
but they came out and they said, well, this is something that we're testing. This
as an excuse for what went
module,
wrong, right?
yeah. And it's like, why would you, if you're doing, I mean, most companies that do a beta test of something, they don't do it on their most public
Yeah.
of pages, which to me, it's like, okay, don't even, I mean, you should not try to make an excuse. You should just apologize, say it was a mistake. Like,
But you can't
know.
you can't do that because we joked
They
about
should
this.
have.
We joked this on IG like when we first talked about him leaving for Mixer. We're like, what you didn't see was all the the scribblings on the walls of traitor,
Oh,
all
yeah.
these things. I'm only guessing, just having been on both sides of it. When both parties are saying, "Hey, everything's cool," in reality, there was a conversation that happened somewhere where someone said, "How can we sue this person?"
yeah.
I'm not saying who said it, but those things usually happen where someone's like, "What can we do?" And then when they can't do anything, when the dust settles, they go, "Everything's cool. Publicly, everything's fine." But
How can we ruin
Yeah.
them?
But in the background, oh god, there's drama.
If it was amicable to some degree, I'd be curious to know if they did try to work out some non-exclusive where they said okay, well, we'll keep your channel and we'll just run an archive of your streams on it,
like a
and we'll
link.
pay you some kind of I mean, I wonder if I'm always curious, were these options ever explored?
And
Like,
how
you
did-
guys left a company and
Jose.
you left a whole backlog of catalog of
that's
content.
weird, yeah.
Knowing what
You
I
know?
know about how things move and shake out in new media, probably what happened is there was some of that discussion and it was insulting.
How is he
And
not under a
then-
non-compete too? That's within
I mean,
a
I think
day.
his contract ended or he paid it out. I don't know. There's
Do
something.
they have a contract?
When you sign with
There's a partnership contract.
I mean,
yeah, but I guess when
you
you
can
probably
end it whenever you
supersedes all of
want.
but when you end it,
Yeah.
maybe there's
I mean,
no,
there's probably tons of stuff in there, but I assume he could afford a good enough lawyer to look through it and
Yeah.
go nope, you're good.
I don't think it's timed anyway because I think him saying going to Mixer just means you can't stream on Twitch anymore. That's really it.
It's just wild because in new media, when you're not a rich independent celebrity, I think there's some amount of non-compete. I don't think we can all just walk out of this building and go directly to a competitor and start producing media right away.
Yeah.
That would be an issue. Unless we just, I guess, I don't know if that was in our hire paperwork or in our exit paperwork. Maybe just refuse to sign it and be like, fuck you, come after me. I don't know. I'm sure Ninja's got fuck you money. But
Well, you in our experience, you can't really enforce the non-compete. It also depends on what state you're in. Twitch happens to be in California. California has a really hardcore non-compete issue. They're very pro-worker, which especially because of entertainment. So yes, there are other states where people can do the non-compete and they can enforce it, and it's pretty shitty. But because of the way entertainment works, you're a gun for hire, and so it's you're moving around a bunch. That was the issue I've gone through, where it was showed it to a lawyer. Lawyer's they can't do anything to you.
right on.
They're barking. There's nothing you live in California.
Yeah.
You're fine.
I think a lot of it is based on fear.
I withdraw my question.
Yeah.
I mean,
no.
we don't, none of us are lawyers, but I think from people I've spoken to, I think a lot of that is handled by fear.
There are severance. There are other deals you can make where if you do leave a company, you can sign a non-compete, and it usually comes with some sort of bonus.
Got it.
Most smart people don't sign that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm also really curious to know what contract Ninja has with Twitch, because he doesn't have the standard partner agreement. Like it's not like
There was a story a long time ago that he had that special deal because was making so much money.
Yeah.
His revenue split was different than everyone else's and stuff too.
I've heard of that internally.
That's
things happening like that.
I imagine something like that happens when he starts getting approached by Mixer. Then he goes to Twitch and says that, like, they made me this offer. You guys need to beat it. And that's, I would imagine, once you start climbing up the ranks and you have leverage like that, then you can start arguing for better rates. So, but yeah, I odds are very high. It wasn't just like the normal 50-50 split that all partners get.
It wasn't just your normal situation, kind of like Quip isn't your normal toothbrush.
Well done.
This episode of Dude Soup is brought to you by Quip. Simplify your morning and evening routines with a straightforward electric toothbrush from Quip. The lightweight, compact design provides sensitive sonic vibrations for an effective clean that's gentle on your gums. Did you realize that 90% of brushers don't brush for long enough or often favor one section of their mouth over the other? It's true. But with Quip's built-in 2-minute timer, you'll be reminded every 30 seconds that it's time to switch sides, ensuring an even clean. Also, brand new brush heads are delivered automatically on a dentist-recommended 3-month schedule for just $5. My Quip brush provides me with all the benefits of a full-size electric toothbrush in a package that's half the size. No bulky chargers, no old, worn-out brush heads, and you still get fresh, healthy smiles. That's why Quip's great, and why it's perfect for getting back into a routine. Quip starts at just $25, and if you go to getquip.com/dude right now, you can get your first refill pack for free. That's your first refill pack at getquip.com/dude. So thank you to Quip for your sponsorship. Yeah, I don't know, do you guys have any lingering thoughts on this?
I'm just wondering why they don't call it a sponsor Quip.
No, we're not doing that.
I just hope Ninja's okay financially.
He's fine.
What?
I think he's fine. I think for him
It's like
to
him
walk
buying
away.
a car dealership.
I know.
He has guaranteed revenue for the next X years.
Yeah.
He did it while he was hot and probably on the downslope or the plateau. It's so Tyler's really goddamn smart.
Who?
Mr. Blevins.
Blevins.
But just watching from the outside, the way that he both grew his success, capitalized on it, extracted money from it, and then now locked it in. It's play by play, basically the perfect thing to do.
Yeah.
He's navigated every problem that's potentially impacted his personal brand. He's maintained it exceptionally. He's made the right call most of the time. Some people took exception with the I don't stream with women thing. I kind of see where he's coming from. Sorry on that one. But
even that was brand management.
Yes.
He's treating himself like a business, and the biggest shortcoming of a lot of influencers is they still think they're individuals and they are human beings, which they are not.
Do you guys know his background prior to becoming a streamer?
he's like a Halo programmer.
Yeah, he was grown in some sort of lab.
So he's kind of always worked in this field.
He was esports dude, and he transitioned to streaming, which a lot of Siegel did it. A few other people have done that. It's pretty smart.
It's not that easy to transition out of a difficult job, though, which we're learning for news story. Unless you guys have anything else,
I'm done here.
Has everyone gotten what they want to say about Ninja?
I don't know. I had some stuff banked up about how somehow in the new media, kind of to what you were saying, Adam, how this doesn't have to be a big aside, but
No.
it's just open thoughts about how for some reason we expect humanity and compassion out of giant companies. And it's not to say we shouldn't. It's not a bad thing. It's just weird when, and a lot of this is owing to companies like YouTube and Twitch messaging it that way. It's like, oh, it's a community. We look out for our people. But then when it becomes business, suddenly it's a huge shock when it becomes business, even though it always was. So it's interesting to me that people expect this sort of team attitude and communal support when money's involved at the same time, and they expect companies to do the right thing.
I guess in Twitch's case, I'm more like you said about how no one was monitoring that. I don't really look at it as like, why didn't they do the right thing, as why didn't they cover their own PR? I guess that's my perspective.
I don't get why they didn't have a community manager. They didn't set up shifts over the weekend to make sure there were eyes on it all the time.
Whenever you let people drive the ship, you get weird things like Pitbull doing a concert in Alaska.
Oh, that's another thing too. I don't understand how we are people constantly think human beings are good.
Bodie McBoatface.
I mean, at best, human beings are mischievous monsters. like that's the best case scenario. When they all work together, it's never to build a bridge or save the planet.
I mean, sometimes it is.
Pull
Like
off
there's
in
charities.
it's a pretty cool prank. That's the best thing about it. It's weird. This is only an aside to your aside. Have you ever seen the graphic that WWE distributes? If anyone comes, like, if someone comes to you about the bad things that WWE has done,
They give you talking points?
there's distributed this thing into their community of like,
Oh,
if someone
no.
says like, well, what about the donations WWE makes to politics? Like, say, like, whatever, man, I love Seth Rollins. It's like here, if someone asks you this, tell them this, and it's like cultish. It's like really, it's really
That's for the
nightmarish.
employees or just for the fans?
This is like for they distribute it to the fans.
Oh
It's
my
like, you love
God.
WWE? Well, make
Oh.
sure to do these things. Tell a friend.
Oh my God.
Sign up a friend without them realizing for a free trial. Like, it's like all
like
kinds of stuff.
WWE
but
officials
it's like,
to your local.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It,
it
is-
is.
it literally is like
is on-
defend WWE again in your local politics and like it's like different. It's like
Yeah.
really very creepy. But the thing that blows my mind is that some social media person made that who gets paid probably nothing. You know, like
he got
obviously
recruited by a
everyone is just a cog in this machine, but
Yeah.
Corporate indoctrination.
but it's like what you're saying, like, oh, it's community. We're all in
Yeah,
this
hey, we're
together.
friends.
We
Cult.
have stock though, and I live in a mansion.
Yeah, we are on the backs of millions, but
Yeah.
God, I'm rich up here.
God
Yeah.
bless the cyberpunk
Sometimes
future.
I guess sometimes you don't realize what something is actually worth. You may think someone is a millionaire when they may not actually be. Which brings us to our next story. Elise,
Yeah. What have you been
write
up
me
to?
a check.
Ooh, the money is just.
She got
where do I
pockets full of.
keep
She
it
can have
all?
pockets. They'd be full of money.
What's sewn into
Um,
your thighs? I know it.
No, just the other day, Mia Khalifa, who is none of us have ever.
I've met her
You've
in
met her.
passing at Rooster Teeth.
I've never met her, but she
Mostly
works
sports
with
ball.
she works with Rooster Teeth
May have
pretty
been
often.
stuck in freeway traffic with her. I mean, there's a chance. There's
Okay.
always a chance.
All right, maybe yeah, but
Like she
you've
could
never
have been
actually
on, like on the
yeah
405
going the
same time
other
as me.
way northbound or something.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah. But I've never actually met her, but I know Rooster Teeth has worked with her a lot, and I know a lot of people that I like that have told me that she's very nice and a very cool, down to earth person. Before she moved into this phase of her career, she was an adult film actress, and
Like rated R movies.
yeah, like rated R movies.
Like I gotta ask my mom to rent it.
yeah.
So
you're
it's
good.
like,
Your
like
old-
Terminator
yeah.
stuff where it's all silhouettes
Yeah.
against
Yeah,
curtains
kind
that are
of.
blowing.
Very
It's like that.
tasteful.
but with a lot of
Very
squishing
tasteful.
sounds.
Okay. Special effects. Gotcha.
Yeah, but so it recently came out that one, she's admittedly said it's a stigma that she's carried.
Yeah, so she kind of did like a tell-all interview.
She kind of did like an
Yeah.
interview, and I just thought there's some points in it that I thought were really
With
interesting.
with which outlet? Just out of curiosity.
She did with Megan Abbott, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Who's
Yeah.
just, I think, a personality.
I haven't.
It's like a Twitter video basically.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I haven't listened to it yet, but I'm fascinated.
But the big thing that a lot of people are latching on to, and some are even calling her a liar or stuff, is that she said that she only made about $12,000 in her entire run in adult films.
Because that was only what 3 months.
Yeah,
I don't-
or something like that?
I think she said that she did about 3 months worth of.
Yeah.
She
Now I don't know if she's talking real time,
Uh,
which could be over years.
she was approached
Yeah.
by a dude. I think she was like in Miami or somewhere, just like on the boardwalk or whatever. Some dude came up to her, gave her his card, and said, "I think you'd be great in this."
Which flattering? Like if someone came to you and said,
Yeah.
"I think you'd be great in porn," I'd be flattered.
And she was,
absolutely.
I think she said she was like 21 at the time,
her.
rebellious,
Doesn't
and
matter.
also, saw a systemic problem in her own self-worth where she felt like this validated her. So she pursued it and didn't think that it would actually amount to anything. She didn't
Yeah.
think that anyone would even see she thought it'd just be a blip in the industry of porn, the vast sea of porn that we all swim in, we
Yeah.
all float in, that she would never rise to the surface.
Shin
But then
deep every day.
boom, she became like an overnight sensation.
The thing everyone watches, but then judges other people for being
Right,
right.
sure.
yeah.
She became an
Well-
overnight sensation.
And just as a brief aside, I think should take a moment to celebrate the fact that she was such a sensation after having such a short time worked.
Yeah, I think like the fact that she wore a hijab and stuff happened with ISIS threatening her, like it kind of became a
Yeah.
So she's like the Beatles of porn, is what you're
Well,
saying.
yeah. Yes, that is
Yeah,
exactly
sure.
what I am saying in those words. No.
Yeah.
Like it became
she-
sensational.
Sure.
She, I
you
think,
know?
tapped into something that was like risque in the world of risque, maybe. That
It
I
was
think people
very
like,
controversial.
"Ooh."
Like when ICE is threatening you, and she talked about how she stayed in a hotel for 2 weeks because she was threatened for her own safety when this was all happening.
that's
like,
not
Yeah.
so it definitely got a lot of attention.
Yeah.
That that's also a world that I'm like very not porn, obviously, but like
ISIS.
Well, when people brought her up about sports ball, they were like, "Oh, got me." I was like, "I don't know who that." Like, I found out later that she. I had never. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
You
me
just
too.
said, "Who is this mystery
Yeah.
woman that I'm
Yeah.
drawn to?"
So like when I heard all this stuff,
Sultry and
like
taboo.
when you're telling me the ISIS stuff, I don't know if you're joking.
No,
or
I'm
not.
serious. I'm 100%
Okay.
serious.
No, yeah,
That shit's crazy.
That's
Yeah.
how. Again, not to sound like an Adam here, making excuses for my behavior.
But we live
that's
in a
actually
world-
how I
oh.
first heard of her too. Was that whole like, oh, there's an adult film actress who is being threatened by ISIS.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
And I was
just
like,
keep my-
I'd find out what this all about. So then I Googled and just kept Googling. And
Yeah.
keep my finger on the pulse. I like it.
Private window.
I was like, I gotta
private
get to the
window.
bottom of this.
You just had your finger on the pulsey.
Yeah, top 10 porn stars on Pornhub. I just like, there's a lot of mainstays that never leave the top 10, but it's
I think that's kind of why everyone's so shocked. $12,000 seems like nothing,
Right,
but like
when you're that
I
popular.
don't think that
imagine
most
being
of those
another porn star.
people in there.
And she comes in 3 months, she's on top, and you're like, what the fuck? Literally. Like,
Or-
I've been busting my ass to not take it every
I've
time.
been taking
Literally.
better
bust
yet,
in my ass.
Better
Yeah.
yet,
Yeah.
you're a porn star who only did porn for 2 months, and you've been in the top 10 for
Yeah.
like 50 weeks, and you're like, please, God, let someone show up and get threatened by ISIS to get me out of this list.
Yeah.
Well,
Like-
yeah, in her case, really, it's that she decided that it was not the life for her. She attempted to move on into different things, but
Yeah.
she never escaped her porn
I've
past.
seen so much anime like this. Of like some dude who's really good at tennis but doesn't want to play it, and he's got to get in the robot.
She's too good at it. But so yeah, she's tried to venture into other avenues, but has never been able to shake
You know what's
that reputation.
so weird? I mean, there's a couple things. I included this not just for the salacious headline, but also because it like some things about it spoke to me. One, the whole people finding things months, years after you've already done them, and then coming to you and going, "This is how I know you." It's like the way the internet works. It's like you can't escape things. Like, oh, or this thing is you're so famous from this thing, you must be worth whatever. And it's like, actually, no. Like that's not how it worked. At the time, I had no other choice, or at the time, I didn't have any leverage.
Well, there's famous and there's infamous. So it's like there are people who are really well known who have found no way to capitalize on their
but
infamy.
But you know what's crazy? Something I think about too is how adult film stars really can't transition out. Like there are stories of them transitioning to other roles within the adult film industry or whatever, and then now they're the entrepreneurs of their own business and being successful that way. But you don't really hear them transitioning out. That being said, celebrities can make sex tapes all they want.
Sure. Yeah.
Right.
And it's, I mean, there's
Somehow
a
that's
different
better.
thing. It's like maybe because the sex tape appearing is oftentimes a non-voluntary thing, but like
Yeah.
you can still
That's an elective.
You can still appear in pornographic material
Yeah.
without it having
hideous double standard.
in some ways it's helped people
Yeah.
become way more
Because
famous than they were before.
I think the difference there is that that's a sort of like taboo. You're watching something that you shouldn't have been watching or shouldn't have found. It's a private thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So like the Pamela Anderson one's a great example where someone physically broke into their house, got into a safe, found a tape, and then uploaded it and started selling it. And they're
Yeah.
like, dude, that's private.
Outrageous theft.
Yeah.
I had no
Yeah.
idea it was like actual theft. I thought it just like, I guess any leak is also theft, like iCloud stuff. That's also theft.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that was the newer generation of it. But like when this stuff got out, it was sort of like, whoa, like they didn't go in with the intention of everyone seeing Tommy Lee drive a boat with his cock.
So it's taboo. It's like watching a woman in a hijab.
Now, if Colin Farrell, rather than having a sex tape leak out, said, "I'm moving into the world of pornography. I will do this now," that might be harder for him to transition
that's what I'm
back.
saying.
Well, a
Thanks,
man
Will.
can do anything he wants.
That's true.
I mean,
This is also a pseudo.
A man will do the porn.
This is kind of a United States thing. In the greatest culture on earth, Japan. There are adult entertainment actresses that then move into pop idol work or something like that. There's not. My understanding is that there's not quite a stigma that looms over you. You're allowed to like travel.
yeah,
between
like Game of
worlds.
Gets in your
Thrones.
hair.
I think
the actress who played his
Melisandre, right?
No, it's the actress who played Peter Dinklage's like prostitute girlfriend. She was
Oh.
like a German prostitute.
I thought it was just like
She's
the
still portrayed
extras.
as sex worker.
I thought it was like the extras, but the ones that the women working in
We'll
the.
have to dig deeper.
No, I'm pretty sure.
The brothel
I'm pretty
or
sure
those
that
were porn
woman,
stars,
the
which made sense.
woman who he falls in love with, my
yes.
tiger or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
like my lion.
Yeah, she was a
I'm pretty
porn
sure
star,
she was
right?
a German porn star.
I'm trying to think. What was Tracy Lords? Kinda had a run. Kinda.
Yeah.
And that stigma almost didn't.
But she was in like John Waters movies, and
Yeah.
then she ended up playing in a Kevin Smith movies that Zack and Miri make a porno. She's playing,
Yeah.
I think, a porn star.
There's like Sasha Grey as well, like who left porn and then started
Yeah.
appearing in things. But like, I don't know.
No.
Well,
She'll never escape it.
in the
Like,
case of Mia Khalifa, though, you pointed out that people discovered her content maybe like months or years after it released. And so she got that $12,000 sum while she was doing it, but she never had the longevity in the business to capitalize
Yeah.
Yeah,
on
there's
this.
no residuals.
Or
for-
to the point where like now she's a bankable star and she commands a larger rate.
Yeah.
So it makes like people are like they're in disbelief. They're like, Mia, I can't believe that you only made $12,000.
She's like, what are you doing in my
Or 12 racks, as we
Yeah.
say.
Found you in my backyard.
But it makes perfect sense if you break it down in terms of porn, because most early entry actresses, they make like $12,000. They make like $1,000 a scene, really.
Adult film
Yeah.
actresses. Okay.
And so like for the time that she was doing it, and she was new, she was doing it. It makes total sense.
I don't know how much of her is out there. It feels like a lot. Like,
I don't know.
because
Adam.
It's weird to conceive that you might realistically watch the entire body, of somebody's work, because it might actually be that small. I did honestly, given her proliferation, I thought that she had been working way longer, much like the Beatles. Album every 6 months. You'd think that they were together longer than 4
I was always
years.
kind of curious if it was going to go this way, because I know there's like the Pornhub community channel and stuff like that,
Yeah.
where it's sort of a YouTuber like,
It's like Community, UGC, or whatever.
make us some free content, but like that's obvious. It's a little, I don't know.
She may have a life in YouTube, because she does have a YouTube channel now. It's like her adventures with her fiance. And I think she like got an astronomical amount of followers in a very short time.
Yeah, I
Which
guess
was, like,
it's one
very-
way to leverage it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I guess that is an outlet that maybe porn stars like 30 years ago didn't have. Like something like YouTube or
you do the one scene and you're out.
Yeah.
Like goodbye.
I think
one and
again, it's just weird because there are also people who are like nude models who I feel like also don't deal with the same stigma. Once you've been filmed fucking, then it's like you're
with
in a
the
different.
intent to distribute it.
Yeah.
For some reason, there's that stigma.
Then there's a
there.
different thing, but like former Playboy models moved on and did
Yeah.
things and had television shows.
That,
and
once
stuff.
again, a little different. I mean, yeah, there's
Well,
some.
but it's just because they didn't get
but, like,
penetrated.
hustler
it's the same
models,
thing.
though.
Yeah,
If you're not like spreading the beef curtains and having somebody like take a photo full down of your cervix, I feel like
what is there else?
I know.
Oh, wait, what are
there's
you gonna say?
nothing else. That's it. I'm done.
Oh.
No, I do feel like I understand it and don't understand it. The logic is broken.
Yeah.
But emotionally, thinking in like man's world, man's mind, if a woman gives it away, then there's no romance left. There's no mystery.
Why buy the cow?
Why- Yeah, exactly.
well, I mean,
As sad as it is, yeah, I think
It
that's
isn't-
still kind of baked into our
it
society.
isn't a one-to-one comparison, but so like to compare it to our lives and the sort of world we live in. So I've always just been sort of curious about this. If you're a porn star and your video gets uploaded to Pornhub and X videos and many other websites that you shouldn't go to if you're under 18 in certain countries, I guess, you don't make any money off of that. So the website's making money, or does the original creator get a payout? Because like on YouTube, there's a content ID system.
Yeah.
So if I upload someone else's video, they can
porn
claim
theft
it.
Must be
I was gonna say, if there's one thing
Yeah.
I know about porn, it's whatever technology they're using to monetize and protect their content is light years ahead of whatever mainstream YouTube is using.
Yeah.
Because they like somehow manage to always lead the charge in terms of technology. So it may seem archaic or like prehistoric, but they probably know exactly where everything is. And as soon as someone uploads a mirrored, slightly pushed in scene again, they're like, boom, that goes exactly to this person the production company that
But the
distributed it in the first place.
performer doesn't.
The
get
performer
paid.
gets a
know.
one-time payment, I imagine.
I think there is an adult film actors union, but I don't think it's as big and organized as say SAG-AFTRA or something like that. So I think it has
SAG.
significantly less
I-
leverage.
I could see it. This is more just like my future brain thinking, where because you can just tag people in anything now, and the sort of the idea with the blockchain, where you can actually track transactions where they're going. There may be a future where if someone, this also gets into a weird payout system with the photographer, because there was that thing. It was like whoever takes the photo is the owner of the photo. So someone films James Williams doing stand up, but then they upload it. Who gets? And then he makes thousands of dollars off of this. Does James get paid for it, or does the guy who filmed it?
I think it depends on what is considered the intellectual property of that. So in this case, I think my stand-up would be the intellectual property.
You would say that.
Let me do
But it's like if Prince, if it's, you get into this problems where Prince is at a concert, someone films his concert, they upload the video. They don't have the rights to upload the video just because they pointed the camera at it. That being said, Prince covered Radiohead, and that's the video that got filmed. Remember that happened? And then Radiohead was like, no, you can put it up because you played our song. And so it became this whole big messed up thing. But it was like, ultimately it came down to figuring out what the actual IP was being infringed upon.
Well, I would say that even like something like a concert now, they might even have that in the copy of your ticket that says like, if you
like Clear
film
Channel owns the rights to it or something.
There's definitely a lot of like mixed up and obscurity and all, but there's no obscurity in smelling good.
Oh,
sorry. We'll get back to that right after a quick word from Fleur. Let me guess. Every morning you wake up, you throw on some clothes and hit yourself with a last-minute spritz of your favorite scent, but what you probably don't do is check to see what the heck you're actually spraying yourself with. That's why we recommend Fleur, because unlike other fragrance companies, they're transparent and tell you every ingredient in their perfumes and exactly why it's there. Fleur makes great-smelling, non-toxic, gender-free perfumes perfect for any individual or occasion. Adam actually told me he's a Greylock kind of guy, whereas Elise is more of a soft and subdued Hanami. What scent are you? Go to fleur.com/dudesoup today to check out our curated sample set and get 20% off your first custom Fleur sample set. That's fleur.com/dudesoup to get your first 3 Fleur fragrance samples at 20% off. PHLUR.com/dudesoup. So thank you to Fleur for your sponsorship. Sorry, Elise, what were you saying?
I was going to say what speaks to me personally most about this story is that people are so outraged when they hear the amount of money she made, because I think it's just a general sentiment that most people assume that like if you're in the public eye, you have some notoriety, that you have tons of money, you live in luxury, you have all these things.
The Star Wars kid, he bombs world, cut him a check for $3 million, and here you go, you never have to work again.
Hell
no.
I was listening to a Conan O'Brien podcast where he's talking about John Lovitz loves to live in luxury, comedian John Lovitz, and how he's like always buying really expensive cars. And he's like, even when Lovitz, even when his career's down, Lovitz doesn't have any money, he's buying. And you would never expect John Lovitz not to have money. Come on, in my brain I go, you tell me John Lovitz isn't living
That's what you're saying.
Life?
You're saying in your head, there's, John
but
Lovitz.
it's true.
Genius like John Lovitz.
It's true, John Lovitz doesn't always have money.
There's also a perspective where, no, I don't think anyone in the world has ever said, I have enough money. I think we've yet to come across that human being, because some people are like, well, I could get more money and then I could use that money for the charitable thing that I want to do. So they still continue to raise money. I like maybe a monk somewhere.
Sure.
But even that
Chow
monk
Yun
is Chow Yun Fat.
He's done interviews. He's like, I take the bus. He's like, it's not my money. I'm just holding on to it. He's like the one person I think about, mostly because he does live that life and no one gives a shit.
Okay, so Chow Yun Fat is the one.
Maybe Keanu Reeves.
Maybe Keanu.
He has a lot of motorcycles, though.
But he still uses it. Yeah, he uses money to buy other people things, and I still think you would want money to do nice things for other people, even if you don't want it for yourself. Just think everyone wants more money, so the perspective always changes. But I think some people tend to overassume how much mid to low tier
people look at us and they're like, you're on my window every day.
I see you on a screen, and when I Google your net worth, it says that you're worth $1 to $2 million, and I go
on that check.
I go, well, can I take that to the bank?
Yeah, I'm like, I ate the expired yogurt out of the fridge because I didn't have lunch.
Guys, I crossed positive net worth like a year ago.
Nice
no, sorry, like a month ago. Sorry.
So you're no longer in debt.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, good for you.
I guess technically, if you liquidated everything I owned, it might just bump above zero. But my bank account now is not fully
You have a lot
negative.
of consoles.
That's good.
I do. That's true. Well, they're all old.
And boxes that arrive with things in them. Subscription boxes.
I've trimmed that back, trying to square up my financials.
Were you on the Loot Crate kick?
No.
Okay, they just went out of business.
I did. Oh, really?
They just
That
filed
makes
for
sense. Too many things
bankruptcy.
caught on
I don't
fire.
know, but they're still going to send those boxes. So
I did
was like,
Kawaii
don't
box
worry.
for a few
Yeah, don't
months.
cancel yet.
Oh, okay. Adam, one last future thought for you.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I brought it up before,
I love
but
future thoughts.
in addition to like blockchaining porn, I'm waiting until you can blockchain your face because deepfakes are already here. Deepfake porn is already here. That's creepy because I feel like kind of like leaking material. It's definitely without consent. But I can see a future where somebody licenses their face and then like they just put it out there, put me in whatever you want. So then the performing actress in a particular scene gets a payout. The person whose face is mapped onto that performer gets a payout. And then it all gets weirdly distributed based on some kind of percentages.
The
and stuff
person
like
who
that.
filmed that
Yeah,
actor.
everyone
with
gets
the
a
face
taste.
Yeah, I mean,
except for the
You're in?
special effects artists.
No.
The visual
Oh,
effects
yeah.
artists get nothing ever.
I mean, that's just a script now. It's
Yeah.
gonna. I'm saying cut to.
There's some great writing in porn. There, I said it. Like, there's some actually really funny writing, and then they bone. But I remember there was like the I had to. there was like the
pizza.
No, well, it's better than that. There was like the Lisa Ann slash what's her name, the Alaskan.
Yeah, I know you're talking.
Yeah,
Victoria, pre-lap, fuck that pussy.
there were a lot of good like Russian
What's
jokes
her
in
name?
it.
What's her name? The
Is it?
idiot senator.
It's weird that I remember
governor.
Lisa Ann. Over.
Oh,
Sarah
Palin.
Sarah
Thank you.
That's the
Palin.
one. Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you. Yes, there was
Oh, the
a
porno parody of that.
yeah. There was one where like Gorbachev showed up and
got into
had
porno
sex with
parodies.
Yeah.
or something like that. But yeah, there were a ton of just like weird one shots about like Russian politics and stuff, and I was like, this is bizarrely well informed.
I never watched the Overwatch porno, but they did get it.
Oversnatch.
Was that what it was called? Yeah, but they did get an actress that looked a lot like Widowmaker. I was like, good job.
And they
of
just
course it
painted
was
anyone
Reaper.
blue. They're like,
Oh no, they got a lookalike. That's good.
but what does it look like for Widowmaker?
I mean, she's
Someone
got-
who's
What-
purple.
someone who looks
She's
like a
got
porn star.
French features.
Yeah, I
she's got
guess
she's got like high cheekbones and like a kind of a pointed chin.
Yeah.
I feel like I would
Legs
run
for
into
days.
problems with that because they would try and match the anatomy of an unrealistic, like when they do cartoons or video games and stuff. It's like they're trying to match the anatomy, and I'm like, but the she would fall over in real life. This wouldn't work. So
Right.
that when the person that they find that is closest to someone who would fall over in real life is like frightening to me.
Yeah.
It's
Can barely
more scary.
But I mean, like this stuff's been going on for a while, where there would be like a blurry video, and they'd be like, "It's not the girl in the white stripes, something white,
Meg.
Meg White, or whatever." There was a video that came out that was like, it was a girl who looked enough like her.
Oh,
They
yeah.
were like, "Oh, sweet," and it was like just enough.
Yeah.
That it was like it wasn't her, but
There's another thing circulating now.
what's that?
It's dumb. I shouldn't bring
Just
it up.
mouth
don't-
it to me.
You can tell us after the show if you
I'll
don't
tell you
want to
after.
hear it.
Okay.
It's
I don't
a
want people
platform
looking
to
for it
broadcast.
because I think it is one of those things where it's like that lady kind of looks like this dude's wife. I won't say.
Gotcha.
Any
tell you after.
final thoughts on Mia's revelations?
No, I mean, I think it's really, I number one, I'm really glad that she feels comfortable enough that she could speak about it, because I do think when people talk openly about
their own story,
stuff like
yeah.
that, like you do go, oh shit. Hopefully some people react defensively and they're like, no way, but I think most people will read it and go, oh,
Yeah.
maybe I underestimated this. And I think that sparks a conversation, and I do think people should be compensated, and I think it's also not a warning, because I'm not against sex as an industry at all. I'm totally down with it, in fact. But it is kind of a, hey, think of this. Just remember when you're young and you're thinking about doing something, and it seems like this is the best option right now. We haven't gotten to the point as a society where you can then just go, I'm done with it and leaving. I think it's something we deal with too, probably to a lesser extent. There's things that we've made and things that we've said for the intention of comedy that society may pass right on by and then go, sorry, that was your world. You have to live in it. So
Sure. Well, I mean, like for
I think
every
it's
person
interesting.
who like rips the Scrabbles clip and puts it up because that's people just want to see that one clip. Like, I don't think we've ever claimed any of those, and I don't think it's so short that you can't. Or I don't know.
I'm just
maybe.
more saying like the one where it's us and Bruce doing the Zach Anner clip.
Don't put that evil on me.
And it's like, oh, it's a funny clip. Also, he's a friend of ours, but like without any of the context,
Yeah, it
someone
makes
just
you look
finds
like a
that later,
monster.
and it
Yeah,
just seems pretty
ponytail
terrible.
thing,
Yeah.
all sorts
So it's tough. I think you have these conversations so that way people can see it.
I think what you
real
do is you
perspective.
have some sort of Patreon for every individual out there. This is when we get to the blockchain sort of deal, and it's like a tip jar, like a wink jar, or something like that. So it's like, hey, if you've ever
Yeah, pay it
laughed
forward.
Yeah.
or expunged,
Put it in the wank bank.
yeah, if your dick ever threw up because it saw a video of someone, donate $1. Maybe
Yeah.
you just do it. Just hit that little tip jar.
$1.50.
I feel like that would be.
$2.
I've
know
always
what?
wondered about that. Of like, I don't know if I would want to know or not if somebody rubbed one out to me.
They have.
But it would.
Yeah, absolutely. They have.
You think?
Yeah,
Yes,
they
100%.
have.
I guess it's.
Right now they
I was
are.
gonna say
it was,
at this
yeah.
table.
It was also you looking in the mirror, but yes.
I mean, yeah.
What's Omar
oh,
doing? Can we see his hands?
There was.
No, can't see him.
Can't see him.
There was explicitly me staring at a picture of my own dick on my
Yeah,
phone.
yeah. No, I know.
There's legendary. But I do wonder if I would like my phone to go ding, and I'm like, oh, now? Okay.
I mean,
Sometimes.
I think if that's something you want to do, maybe you could make a website for it.
They have
Yeah.
like stuff for couples.
You
There's
might
like the love box where you just tap it, and then the other person can like if they're traveling. and it's
You
like,
might feel
"Man, I'm
differently
working it
if
right
you're
now."
in the cloud, like if you've uploaded yourself
But
I've
if you
wondered
made,
about that. Yeah.
to lawrencesontag.com.
but if you made a website,
I think a website would probably be the best
Yeah.
option for that.
I think. Just an open domain. Oh wait,
No,
just put it together. Okay.
Yeah. I've been in that same seat doing that exact
Gotcha.
same thing.
you're like, why are you saying? You're being weird.
yeah.
You're being
One-
weird right now.
One thing that I think to tie it all
Yeah,
together,
yeah.
how we talked about like it's erroneous, but in a dumb emotional way, I guess I kind of get it about how there's a stigma that follows. I've wondered that about the stuff that we do, and there's so much content out there about all of us.
Mm-hmm.
There's no mystery really. So I wonder if in some like illogical way that by working in this tier of media, you kind of invalidate yourself from graduating to film or something like that because there's no mystery about you anymore. Everyone can see you. Or if you're streaming all the time.
I think you can make a lateral. The example, I was unaware of this, but I never really watched this stuff, but Filthy Frank, big YouTuber, he's transitioned into music.
Aquafina.
Yeah. Is that it? Yeah. And sort of like done with YouTube, doing music now. It's like, cool.
Well, I think music is different than like the traditional celebrity.
Still entertainment.
I
though.
think-
Like,
Like, we don't know who Leonardo DiCaprio is. It'd be weird if he was like in YouTube videos every
Yeah.
week being himself.
It is
I
hard
see.
to assume that with the amount of content we've put out that we have been portraying characters that whole time. I would argue that we have for most of that. I don't think any of us sit down and says, let's say what we really think. We say what's going to make this video funny or make the kind of statement that we want to make with
comedy's
the comedy in
always
this video.
first. Whatever my personal feelings are don't matter.
I think
I
that
said
if-
on It Live is the analog then.
I
Because
think
you
if-
see them every week, but then they can graduate to be actors.
yeah.
Sorry.
I don't know. I just think that like if you
I mean, the
wanted
ponytail is the best example.
Sorry,
It's
James.
is
I'm
the
sorry.
best example, I think, of us
I've been
playing
in that
characters.
situation.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah.
true.
If you, I think if you like you wanted to change something about yourself, you should make a website. And the perfect way to do that is with Squarespace. Do you need a domain, website, or online store? Well, Squarespace is here to provide you with an all-in-one platform of the tools and templates you need to get your beautiful and efficient online presence off the ground. Squarespace is designed for any purpose. From blogs to photo galleries or calendars and commerce, Squarespace has a template for you. The platform includes built-in site management, allowing you to assign multiple contributors to your site and control the permissions they receive. Best of all, using Squarespace means no more plugins. With a decade's worth of experience publishing websites, you'll have all of Squarespace's search engine optimization at the tip of your fingers. Squarespace is the easiest way to make a great website that works for you, so head to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/dudesoup to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. So thank you, Squarespace, for your sponsorship. We don't have a lot of time left. I want to discuss one more story very quickly. We don't just touch on it really quick. Because it is kind of talking about that. You put in work on the front end, you may not get something out on the back end. And I just want to touch on it.
Oh, that porn.
I'm also interested, maybe people in the comments can enlighten me on how the whole thing works. But Wil Wheaton is suing Geek and Sundry. That came out, I think, last week.
Well, they used to be good bedfellows. Good
I
bedfellows.
mean, other than Critical Role, the only other thing that like I feel like Geek and Sundry has that is pretty mainstream and blown up
is his tabletop.
Is the Tabletop Show, which is a really good show, inspired Bored as Hell in
How
a
do you
lot
make
of
saying
ways.
boring words so funny?
The Tabletop.
Why are you patting your stomach like you just had a full meal?
According to a lawsuit,
for the game.
yeah, I know you're. We're gonna play the game in a minute. According to a lawsuit filed in Los Angeles last week, Wil Wheaton claims he was hired to create, produce, and host a Geek and Sundry web series called Titan's Grave: The Ashes of Volcana. Of course he was. And that to do that, he would be paid $50,000 Boom.
No questions asked.
No questions asked.
Yeah.
New
Eat it,
Lambo in the
Mia.
driveway.
Eat it, Mia.
Yeah. She did.
And then,
guy's
but then
on Search
also 50% of the net profits from the series. That was already kind of a
That
red
seems
flag
like a
for me.
really high.
Well, here's the
Don't you-
thing.
You also
Net.
don't want the net. You want the gross.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
We learned from Jack Nicholson.
I was gonna say freakazoid, but go on.
We learned from Jack Nicholson that you never want the net profits. You want the gross profits. Gross profits is everything they make, not the amount that they make over cost.
Because
Yeah.
they can do like
So-
some wizardry to make sure they don't
Yeah.
actually make
So-
any money.
Yeah, net's after cost. So
Yeah, so when they say gross profits and then it has an opening weekend of $250 million, Jack Nicholson can do the math on that and know exactly how much money he made that weekend.
like when you do your
but if you say
taxes,
net
they go-
profits,
yeah,
they
they
go,
go, "What'd you
well, we still have a lot of $250 million in the opening weekend. Who knows? And then that's how billion-dollar movies
Had to buy
somehow
a lot of
lose money at the theaters.
Marketing.
What is
So-
what are the baked in phantom costs? Sorry, I'm dragging this out. You want to
No,
fast.
it's
Popcorn. I'm just kidding.
Oh, I mean, most of it is moving money around internally and accounting. So, because they want everything to be a loss for the sake of taxes because it's their business.
Yeah.
But Wil Wheaton, not surprisingly, he claims he never got any of that net profit. And that could be one thing. It's a web series. If a web series ever makes a net profit, I will be blown out of my chair.
Yeah.
But more importantly, Geek and Sundry's parent company Legendary did secure numerous licensing deals for the show, so it like appears on Hulu and Pluto TV. So that does mean something happened.
and Will
right?
may be talking to the Critical Role people and going, our shows are not that different. You know,
I
what
mean,
are you
yeah,
guys
like
doing? Who knows?
if he's basing it off the views, it's probably not great because I haven't heard of it. But like, I think that they have been using it, leveraging it to make money.
I had heard of it.
And so he is pretty upset. And in no surprise, when he asked Legendary to show him the numbers that say that it hasn't made anything, they're like, no.
Of course not.
And
Yeah.
so now he's seeking $100,000 in damages.
Show me bucks.
So
Hashtag show Willoughby.
I guess my question is, how do web series make money?
Because we really want to know.
I mean, you sell it
Please,
to
we'd
Hulu,
love to know.
I guess.
Yeah, you
license it out.
a second look or whatever you call it.
Yeah, you drive your financials into the dirt to get like watch time and monthly active users, and then hopefully some other company buys your business, and you drive to the coast as fast as you can.
I guess pulling the curtain back a little bit here, if anyone's interested, in like how we make money, I guess.
I'd love to know.
Please.
Well, it's rare.
Can we look at the books?
Well, no. Well, no. I mean, for us, it's like this show is sold.
Yeah.
Obviously, like we have, but like didn't start out as sold. We did a lot of. You have to do the proof of concept first. So you do show for free. I mean, there's still production costs. So you're basically losing money on it as you're producing it, and then you can show somebody and go, look at the numbers it did. There's the engagement, yada yada yada. So like Bored as Hell is a good example of that, where like we've done 2 seasons of it, hasn't been sold, but like the hope is that it sells so that it is a profitable show that we can keep doing. Obviously, it would be the perfect world would be Hulu's like, I love this show, I want to buy it, or Netflix goes, great show, I want to buy it, and then that way it's like, okay, you up the production cost a little bit, but then you're making money off of the sell. So
Or that they get the idea is that you get the perfect world is you get a budget off the top, and then you decide how much of that to spend on the show and how much you pocket, and then it's all clean all the way through.
Yeah.
You put out a show, you made money on it, and you were able to pay everyone that worked on it, and then the deal's done, and then they order another season if it does well enough.
Yeah.
Theoretically, that's how it works, except that has never, ever happened ever.
I'm glad that Will got his $50K at least because
it's a pretty nice payday.
Man, the idea of
like what a lot of people
I was
make
saying
in a
the
year.
idea of getting $50K to make a web show like blows my mind. And again, I actually enjoy a lot of Geek and Sundry content, but when you just like in terms of the revenue that channel makes just from indirect ads, like it's kind of all over the place for views.
I wonder if Will, I wonder if Will had to incur any additional costs out
Like
of
himself?
Like, well, no, if he had to. I mean,
got lunch.
like he got paid $50K, and then obviously they had a production budget. I wonder if he paid out any other talent himself,
Maybe.
or that was part of the production budget. Who knows?
I do
right?
think that the deal is between his company
Yes.
and Legendary / Geek and Sundry. So I assume as soon as your company is paid, you're assuming that some of those costs. It's not like he just goes vacation.
Yeah.
He goes, that cost gets rerouted back into the company
Yeah.
to then perform the functions of the show, right?
maybe he's suing for an amount because he goes like, I'm suing for $100,000, but then they go, but the show only made $200,000.
That would be
he goes,
right.
tricked you.
That would add up.
Dang it,
50%
dang
of
it, Will, you got us again.
I knew the whole time.
I'm saying, just let him see the books.
You just let him see the books.
We
What was
got
your
Wheaton.
hashtag?
Hashtag show Will the books.
That's slick,
Hashtag
Will.
show Will the books.
Hashtag Will Wheaton.
I'll say this. I shed no tears.
For Wil Wheaton? Hey, it's hard out there for people who like board games and want to make content out of it, Adam. I feel for him.
When are we doing season 3?
Tomorrow.
Really?
No.
Oh, I'm like, I'm not ready for this.
Here's the thing. I'll do it. Rooster Teeth, if you're listening, I want 50% of the net profits of the show.
Oh, the gross.
Oh God.
Okay, I just wanted to touch on that. I just thought it was really interesting. I like Geek and
2%
Sundry.
of 0?
I think it sucks that they're caught up in this, but I also think it sucks for Wil Wheaton that he.
Now here's the
like,
thing.
made it.
What if it lost money, and they
he
write
gets
write him
reverse
an
percentage?
invoice and go
Yeah.
give us money back?
We're gonna need your debit card for
That'd be a
sec.
different. That'd be an interesting bet that you make with actors. It's like
Yeah.
pay to play. Have you
Yeah,
heard of those deals?
Hey, if it does great, you're gonna do great.
All right,
But if it fails,
let's move on. We have only a few moments left here, and I love to play games on this show. Generally movie related, sometimes trivia related. Last time was Lion King. This time I'm premiering a new segment which will be running as long as I'm hosting for the remainder of the year. And it's a little segment called Countdown to Cats. I don't know why that played at double speed. Probably because
Oh no,
be
was
like
that not the right speed?
I thought that was perfect.
It worked
just to
out.
play it. Oh, there it goes again.
it's getting
Wait,
faster.
did you? Okay, so wait.
Yeah, I know what
I have a
happened.
theory.
I know what happened.
You
now.
did it at 30 and it's playing at 60.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's,
yeah.
since it's frames, it's doubled.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Anyway, that's a new segment called Countdown to Cats. Thank you guys.
Oh, he's playing it again.
Let's hit it again. There it is. Countdown to Cats.
It can't be any more perfect.
So, I'm excited. I know everyone here at this table is really excited for Cats. Can't wait for it.
Can't wait.
Um,
Favorite musical.
But the
It
thing
came up in
is,
my
well, have you
readings
seen
last
it?
night.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I know everyone's seen it, but I want to make sure everyone's prepared to see it on the big screen
God.
as Tom Hooper has visualized it. And so I have created a little game that's designed to challenge and educate us.
Okay.
Everyone knows
Cool.
everyone knows the plot of Cats, but people
Yeah.
go, "What are the names of the characters?"
That's the second question.
It could be
everyone
either
asks.
or. Yes.
So let's go to the first slide here.
Okay.
So what I've done is I've shown a character,
Yeah.
and I want you to guess the name. It's kind of like a mix and match because, of course, everyone knows all the names of
It's
the
true.
characters.
You're right.
And so what is the name? And it's a mixture. So it's not all just them from the movie. I couldn't get great shots. There's just so little visuals
You can
right
only
now.
cram so
but as
much.
more comes out,
Isn't
we can
that
update.
Rum Tum Tugger?
So what Cat's character do we believe this to be?
Rum Tum
As performed by
Tugger.
Jason Derulo.
Rum Tum Tugger.
Clue.
Sure. Yeah.
Pickle Dickle.
Pickle Dickle,
I was
Rum
gonna
Tum
say-
Tugger, and Okay Sure.
Ron Perlman's The Beast.
Okay, interesting. Very interesting. Let's see who that is. Rum Tum
Okay.
Tugger.
This, I don't know
very
why we're
jellicle
doing this.
cat. He
You've
loves to be
talked
the center
about
of-
cats nonstop.
He loves to be the center
I know
of
all the
attention.
names because of you.
We'll see.
You were so excited to play
We'll
this
see
game,
if you
too.
know all the names. Next slide.
I don't think they're all going to be from Cats.
Oh,
I don't know this one.
featured heavily in the trailer.
Yeah.
Maybe I think she's the point of view for the film. Mm-hmm. So, and I'm gonna say, just looking at her,
Yeah.
you got half the name.
White.
Fetish maker.
Fetish maker, good guess.
Is it like it's like Whisker or something, right? Or
Whisker
something? I don't
something,
know.
good name.
White
Can I
whiskey.
change my answer?
Yeah.
White pussy.
White pussy, good guess.
Whiskey Tisky.
Whiskey Tisky. All right, let's see what the actual name is. Victoria the White
oh,
Cat.
that's
I was
right.
close.
That's right.
I was the closest.
See, it's right there. She's a white cat,
Yeah.
and her name's Victoria. So her full name is Victoria the White Cat. Let's move on. Who is this one? There's a clue here. it's
What's going on with that dick?
it's
It's bifurcated.
Huh.
Yeah, that's not all right. I don't
been
like
neutered.
that.
It's been neutered.
Wait, is that a dick or is that just the suit?
I mean, it doesn't.
You're
there's
focusing
no
on
answer
the wrong
that's
areas.
correct.
Okay, you're focusing on the wrong area. Big clue, right on the chest.
Okay.
Big clue.
That's one of the Cenobites.
No.
Oh.
This is also, by the way, not from the film. I wasn't able to get a good, clean shot of this character
Right.
from the film. This is from one of the many numerous performances
what
of the
it
musical.
is.
Please take a guess.
Is that a real photo? Is that
that your guess? Is that a real photo?
yeah?
I'm gonna say it's
Because there's other cats in the background, and I'm transfixed by this because it looks like this
Roly
is.
poly.
this
Roly
is
Poly, good guess.
this is an original character.
I mean, they're all original
Yeah,
characters.
I didn't know they had
invented
any
by T.S.
add-ins. I
Eliot.
didn't know this is fan art or
I mean, it's
something.
based
No,
on a
this
true
is an
story.
actual
All right.
cat character.
This is Rappy the Rappy Cat.
Rappy the Rappy Cat. Great.
Rappy the Rapping Cat.
Rappy the
I
Rapping
messed up.
Cat.
I'm sorry.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I already put in my guess.
What was it?
Is that a real photo?
Is that a real photo? Okay. So it was
Roly poly.
Roly Poly, Rappy the Rapping Cat, and is that a real photo? Yeah. Actual
Sound
cat's
like
name?
horse racing.
Rumpus Cat.
Close. That was real
The
close.
ER stands for Rumpus. Let's move on. Okay. Taylor Swift.
What they're
One of
doing
the most
is not
popular.
okay.
What's
one of
wrong
the
with
most
that?
popular
This is not okay.
stars on the planet.
Ugh.
And she wouldn't accept any role, just any role. No, she would, of course, never do that. She would want a premier role in the Cats musical. So, what cat is she portraying?
I'm gonna say she's SWAT Cat, but not the skinny one.
SWAT cat, but not the skinny one. Got
Yeah.
it. Elise?
This is old Deuteronomy.
Old Deuteronomy. Great guess.
Tay Tay the
I
Baby.
know.
Tay Tay the Baby.
I know
Great
it's
guess.
not,
The
but-
correct answer is
SWAT Cat.
Bumble Arena. Is the name of the
How
cat.
can you say that word without eating your tongue?
I think he did.
Bumble
Arena. All right, next cat. Aha, yes.
He's so proud. So proud and so. What are you doing, Elise?
This is informing you.
He loves this. He gets off on this.
I love it. I love it because I'm sharing my knowledge
No.
with everyone.
Your love of
Yeah. All
community
right.
theater.
What cat is this? I'll give you a clue.
You're sick.
It's not who you think it is.
You're sicko.
Pride Puff.
Pride Puff, great name.
Okay. Whiskertons.
Whisker Tits,
Whiskertins.
Whisker Tins. These are all great cat names. I mean,
Yeah.
if they ever did a sequel, come on, Elise.
Why didn't they?
Kyle.
Kyle. Okay, actually, Monkus Trap.
I don't know if these are. Never mind. This is
I know.
a great
It,
game.
Okay,
That's half the joke.
I think we're over
is-
halfway through. I think there's
What
only a
the
couple
hell?
left.
Oh, how can there be so many?
Okay, all right.
That's old Deuteronomy.
Dench.
That's old Deuteronomy.
One of the most famous characters in the whole play or
Yeah.
musical, whatever. Judi Dench as Old Deuteronomy.
I think because it's cats, it's Dame Judy Stench.
Dame Judi Dench. Great guess, Lawrence.
Shoe leather.
Shoe leather.
Oh, poor Judy Stench.
I just watched Die Another Day. She got like 5 cents off that.
Actual cat. Old Deuteronomy. You've gotten 2 correct. How does that make you feel?
Worse.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's
Cats
move
will
on.
do that to you.
This one's an easy one. This is an easy one.
Is this the one you just showed us?
No,
Like
it's a
2
different
slides
cat.
ago?
No, but this is one of the most famous cats from all of cats. Come on. Just think, it's very
is this
formal.
the mischievous one?
Very formal. Rum Tum Tugger is also mischievous.
Captain Ferdinand.
Oh boy.
Think of a formal title. Captain Ferdinand is good,
Sylvester?
but formalize it.
Mr. Sylvester?
Okay, right?
Cat Sajak.
Cat Sajak is a great name. Actually, Mr. Mistopheles.
Oh, he's Mr. That's why.
Mr.
Formal.
Mistopheles. Look at him.
Shouldn't it be Mr. Mustafa Fleas?
Look at him. That's an actual picture. All
That
right.
would be
I think
him.
there's there. Oh, that's not supposed to be there. There's one more.
I didn't see this before.
What cat is this?
Just
cat is
for the audio listeners, it went to a slide with a real lion, and the name was Real Lion.
Okay.
It was also from our Lion King quiz.
Yeah, I
so
like
It was a
good
throwback.
It's a
Great
good
joke. It actually hit pretty hard.
Yeah, but he
regardless.
loves himself.
All right. Well, which cat is this?
It's for our audio listeners. It's Ron Perlman from Beauty and the Beast, and James is laughing so
what's
hard at
his
his own
name?
joke that he's tearing up.
But what's
I guess
his name?
I guess his name's Beast, right?
That doesn't sound like a name for a beast.
So a brief anecdote, when I was getting coffee at the Starbucks, the lady was like, "You look like Cable." The guy, I was like, Josh Brolin, but in my head, I was thinking of this exact photo.
Perfect.
Kill
So
me.
Lawrence Sontag is the name of
Lawrence
that
Sontag, great
Yeah.
guess.
I forget Beast's name. What
He
was
doesn't have a name.
it was Prince something.
No, he wasn't a prince. He was just the Beast.
Prince Caspian?
I don't think he had a name.
He was just the Beast.
He
Prince
will never not
Caspian
be
is
the Beast.
as Adam's
Prin-
guess.
I'll split the difference. Prince Beast.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Prince Catspian. Prince Beast. Okay. Lawrence Sontag, Prince Beast.
I'm gonna say it's Ron Perlman.
Great guess. The correct answer, Vincent.
What, really? Is that actually canon?
I don't know if they ever say. I mean, in the Linda Hamilton show, yeah, sure, they probably said his name.
Yeah.
Also, Vincent isn't French.
Little trivia
I don't
for
think
you
he's
too.
French. He lives in New York sewers or whatever.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I know
At least why is your head in your
they
hand?
reused that mask when they made his
loves
Hellboy
this.
helmet or whatever.
We got a ton. This is the first of many. I hope everyone learned something.
Okay.
All of our favorite cats.
I hope David
there's
Harbour
a ton.
becomes a beast.
Aren't
We
out of
only
cats?
touched,
There's only like
scratched
8?
the surface
God damn.
of cats' names. But we'll have future stuff coming up again. Thank you for joining us for our first episode of Countdown to Cats. Thank you for joining us for this episode. There it is again.
It's so fast.
It's getting fast.
Perfect. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time. Thank you guys.
Thank you, James.
What a masterwork.
There it is. One more for the road. One last thing I wanted to shout out. I was laughing too hard. I didn't see it in my notes. If you want to see more, we're going to be doing, me, Adam, and Alana are going to be heading to Austin to participate in Vicious Summer, which is going to be this Friday. We're going to be celebrating the release of Vicious Circle, Rooster Teeth's brand new game. We're going to be playing the games. I got a message saying I need to bring a change of clothes, which is not the kind of message you want to hear on an overnight trip.
I only have so many.
Yeah, I was gonna
You're
say.
gonna have to borrow Blaine's clothes.
I'm gonna have to bring a second suitcase for dirty
If you're
stuff.
staying in the hotel, you can just wash everything in the sink.
Since Blaine lent Blaine your clothes.
I did.
They just gave me keys to someone's car.
And then
the seat goes down.
also I
There's a
wanted to
water
shout
bottle
out the story at the beginning, the news story about Ninja versus Twitch. Inside Gaming did a really great episode on it. I believe it was Monday morning. Or Monday afternoon. So make sure to check that out. Way more, not way more comprehensive, but a lot of more details are discussed and the sequence of events. So make sure to check that out. And
Smart words are said.
thank you for watching.
Yeah.
Thank you.
One more cats. Yeah.
How's he speeding it up?
Ooh. Wait. I'm going to say the stomach lining.
You'd be wrong. Neil got
damn.
you again. It takes your body on average 2 weeks to produce a brand new mucus lining, whereas
Does it
over
do that
your-
every 2 weeks?
I mean, I think it's just always rotating, but
Okay.
from 2 weeks to 2 weeks, it's a brand new